Hello, welcome to Jews with the News. I'm Eli.
I'm Jack.
We have a great episode today. What are we talking about first, Jack?
I don't know.
This is, I mean, it's not like we put in a lot of like preparation into our shows anyways, but this week
This is gonna be a rough
especially.
one.
Yeah,
We've just been with Thanksgiving and me just coming back home. So we've
yeah,
been a little busy
it's
uh
crazy.
recently.
I had to start
So
filming from another spot. Like, oh my goodness.
yeah, I'm back at the original. Only the OGs know where exactly I am right now.
Exactly. The ghost has joined us again. What's his name?
If Steve shows up,
Steve shows up.
if he shows up.
Um,
But yeah, so I came back from school about a week ago. uh, and just did Thanksgiving with the family. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. Brothers back home, so that was very nice. And then we had Zooms with our extended family, because we couldn't see them this year, obviously. So, yeah.
Well, you say obviously, and that's something that I wanted to talk about. Is that like I can't speak for the whole American population. I can speak for myself, knowing that like we normally go to Chicago. That's where like most of my family lives, and we do Thanksgiving there. But this year, couldn't do that because we are concerned about the pandemic that is now coming coming back, but it's spiking heavily again.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, this year we were supposed to host family from both Kentucky and California, and obviously those plans had to change, because it's not just horrible. In St. Louis, if you are in a group of 15 people, there's a 32% chance that one of those people has COVID. Not necessarily that you'll get it, but just someone in that group of 15 has it, right? And like hospitals are almost at, right, I think BJC is like 78% full. So I mean, it's horrible here, it's horrible everywhere, and it's only going to get worse as it gets colder.
Yeah, so I guess you don't have to listen to us. We're gonna recommend that everybody stay safe, limit interactions as much as possible. Um, yeah, I mean, really, just like stay in your bubble and try
Exactly.
not to interact with that many people.
Yeah, if you
Uh,
do, make sure it's safe, make sure you're, masked
yeah,
6 feet.
and necessary stuff is always important, but
Yeah.
just be safe. Please don't get COVID. Um, we wouldn't like that. That would not be good.
Yeah, we care too much about all seven of you out there. So
Yeah, because if one of them gets COVID, that sucks for us
I know from seven
specifically.
to
Not that
six,
like
yeah,
forget about that.
that's like a
But for
14%
us,
drop in our
we
overall.
lose a view. We
Yeah.
lose one of our views.
Um, here's the thing. Um, whether or not you like our content, hopefully you're coming to us because you like what we say. But even if you don't, if we get enough people to watch our videos and subscribe to our videos, we start making money. So if you want to support
And
us
that's good. That's
financially,
good. We like
just
money.
just leave it on in the background. Tell your friends to subscribe, even if you don't love what we're talking about. Just help us
You
out.
honestly don't have to listen to it. You
Yeah,
could just put it on and then just not watch it at all.
exactly.
We don't care.
Yeah,
We don't care.
it's all about the money. This thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. We're doing it only for the money, and the fact that we're not making money right now is a big issue.
big issue. Um, but no, we love doing this. In fact, what we have a couple of things to talk about first. I think it'd be fun because like we said, it's COVID, everything's going around. It feels very depressing, so we're gonna try to lighten this episode up a little bit.
Oh, Steve's. Oh, no, just kidding.
No,
He wanted to say hi, and then he disappeared again.
oh,
Continue. Sorry.
well that's sad. No, but so I thought we could talk about something that everyone loves, which are superpowers. So let's talk about maybe what's your favorite superhero, and then if you could have any superpower, what would that be?
All right. So my favorite superhero is probably Spider-Man. I don't know. I feel like like me, I can like obviously climb on walls and like hang from the ceiling and like shoot webs out of my wrists. So like I relate a lot to Spider-Man.
Of course, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
I relate to the other parts of Spider-Man. Like he's a nerd.
yeah,
He's a high schooler. He's just growing up. He's got one friend, and that's it.
yeah. So that's your favorite superhero,
Probably. It's just because I relate to him. So like,
and I'm your only friend. Or are you talking about someone else?
no, I'm talking about you.
Okay, good. Phew. So that okay. Now, what if you could have any superpower? What would that be?
So okay, I don't think that I would want anything too fancy. Like I don't want invisibility. I don't want flying. I don't want super speed. I don't want time stoppage. Because like if anybody finds out that I have these powers, like I become a government experiment. Nobody likes that, and I don't want to like be like have attention like that. I don't want that fame. That's no good. I would not like that. Like yes, I could keep my identity, but the fact that I'd have to like save it is not as fun.
Right.
Or like the fact that there is a chance that somebody finds out my secret identity and then I'm just not in a position I want to be in. I'm fine not saving the world. I'd rather have like a memory or like I'd rather have like a photographic memory or like one that really interests me is like the ability to speak every language.
Yeah,
I think that would be pretty cool.
That'd be really cool. That'd be really useful. Yeah. I think for me, I think there are two really cool superpowers. Is um one is teleportation. So like I wouldn't have to like wake up and get I could just like wake up and go. Like I wouldn't have to spend all this time and
You still have to like get ready.
well yeah, but like that takes
Not like you could just like go to work in your pajamas.
exactly. Also like I could get a job in like, halfway across the world if I wanted to,
Okay, but see, I agree with that. But again, the moment somebody finds out that you don't live, like let's say you get a job in London and you live in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And you're going from London to St. Louis, and they're like, "How do you get here on time?" Like they're gonna know that you're teleporting, and if somebody sees you, that becomes an issue.
Right, but then
That's
if
just
someone
why I want to
tries
stay
to
away from it.
capture
I
me,
don't
I'll
deny that
just
it's not
teleport
cool.
away. Duh.
Oh, genius! They won't.
Yeah.
They won't see you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one superpower. The other superpower that I think is cool is the like uh the Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. Her power is like she can
She's
like
an empath.
yeah, that's really cool to me.
Like you want to manipulate emotions, you just want to feel emotions.
Feel
Feel other
preferable. I feel
people's
like I wouldn't
emotions.
want to manipulate. Like that's just weird. Like I don't
You
like
put them to sleep though.
I'd
You can
feel
put them.
uncomfortable doing that. Maybe I'd be like a
Okay,
really high paying anesthesiologist, right? And I could just like put people to sleep.
that'd be smart.
Yeah,
Get you a superpower that works as a job, and then you make loads of money.
exactly.
No, I think that's really cool. I just like first off don't trust myself.
Like what do you mean?
I feel like I would accidentally change somebody's emotions, and that could be really bad.
Like you would like just be trying to
Like
figure out
I'm a
how they
human,
feel.
I make mistakes. Like I'm
Yeah.
worried that I would just be like, Eli, how are you feeling? And then I like put my hand on your shoulder, and then I make you like really angry, and then you go rob a bank or something like that, and that's not good.
That'd be really funny though.
It'd be okay. It would be funny trying
Yeah.
to see you rob a bank, but you get my point.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean. I do agree that like, great power, great responsibility, blah blah blah. But I feel like it'd be cool. And so, I'm willing to
No,
take that risk.
I don't deny it wouldn't be cool. It's
Yeah.
just hard to
I'm
work
okay with
around
that
it.
risk.
So does that mean that Mantis is your favorite superhero, or who is your
No.
favorite superhero?
Well, no, because like I love her powers, and she's funny, but like she doesn't have enough like screen time for me to love her as much as like I really like, I love Spider-Man. I love, I'm not like a comic book person. I like what I see in the movies. That's it. So I like Spider-Man. I
Batman's
like
good.
Iron Man. I like some of the X-Men, like I mean, I'll take Hugh
Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman is a superhero by himself.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and then he plays one.
And
It's two
he
superheroes.
can like also sing and dance. Like, come on, like that's just crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty wild.
So let's go from super powerful to magical. Um,
Oh,
oh wow, what a transition. No, so for the
you
for the
are familiar. You're familiar. I'm sure viewers are familiar with Harry Potter.
Mhm.
Before we get into talking about like the movies and the books and stuff, I just want to know, kind of similar to the superpower question, is if there's like one spell that they do in the books or the movies in Harry Potter that you would like to do in real life, what spell would that be?
The Accio spell. Like I could just be sitting anywhere,
That's the
Accio,
only option.
and it would
I
just
think that's
come
the
to
only
me.
option.
Yeah,
You can
okay.
go Accio remote, and then you don't even have to get up. You
Exactly.
just the remote comes to you.
Maybe Lemgaudium Leviosa because you can make things fly, but that's not really useful. That's just cool, you know?
No, it's got to be Accio. That would
Gotta
be
be
so
Accio.
cool.
Yeah.
You know how many things you could steal with that?
So many things.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I would go to.
exactly. And like you could just be like sitting down in front of a test, or like if you're taking a test or whatever, Accio test, and you could get the answers. Bam.
You know what you do? You go to Area 51, you go Accio alien, and then you see if there are aliens in Area 51, and you just
Exactly.
like beat the government.
And then you'll be put into Area 51 for being a wizard.
But then I'll just like Accio the key and like escape.
Oh yeah.
Easy,
Uh,
easy.
easy. Or they'll use the spell they use in book one that unlocks any locked door.
I mean, yeah, you could have that one,
Yeah.
but how useful is that going to be?
I don't know. How many times do you plan on getting arrested?
Zero.
I guess not a lot. Um, no, so okay. So favorite spell. What about favorite?
Wait, hold up. Even if you unlock it,
Hmm.
you still have to escape. It's not like you just like unlock it and you're just free.
Same with Accio. You can't just like get out of jail and then automatically be like,
No, but I'm
okay,
just saying you discovered that there are aliens. That's
yeah,
all I'm
okay,
saying.
that's fair. Okay, so we talked about favorite spell. Now let's talk about favorite character.
Well, my favorite character, I have two choices. And one of them's probably more common than the other one, just because it is. The first one isn't really a character, it's characters, and it's Fred and George Weasley.
Ugh, love Fred and George.
I
Okay.
mean, you got it. They're the comedic relief. Like they're
Hmm.
great. Like the comedic relief in most movies and TV shows are gonna be good characters. Like they don't really provide much other than comedy, but that's funny. So
Yeah.
that's what I like. The other character is kind of complete opposite. Dolores Umbridge.
Oh my God.
I
That's
I
your
think that
favorite?
character. I think that character is so well written
She's so evil.
and so well acted
She's
in the
so
movies. Like in the books, it's amazing, and then the movies, it's even better, which
you
is
hate
out of control. You
you
don't
hate
see a lot of
everything
that.
she does undeniably
I
every
don't
single
like.
time.
I think if I lived in that universe, I obviously wouldn't like her as a person, but
Yeah.
as a character, she is fantastic.
She just makes your skin crawl.
That's like saying Darth Vader isn't a good character.
Yeah,
Like
I
just because it's evil, you can't like that character. That's
no,
ridiculous.
I get what you're saying. I'm on
That's
board.
heroist,
It is heroist.
villainous. It's
It's
like Voldemort's also a good character, but everything he does, I just despise. But he's
yeah.
still a good character. I just think Dolores Umbridge is really well written and really well acted. So,
Hold on. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and listen to it for fun though.
okay, it's not that good.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah,
was like, if it was funny, I would say keep it, but it's not, so don't
that's
keep
fine.
it.
Okay. So, what were we talking about? Favorite character? Yeah, you
Yeah,
said
I gave
Umbridge
my
and
response.
yeah, so I love where your head's at. I definitely think Fred and George are top three. I mean, if I we're gonna count them as one character because you know they are one
They are one
character.
character, even
Um,
though one dies and one lives. Oh, all right.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
By the way, for those of
I
you
can't
who
remember
aren't,
which one dies, but one of them dies.
for those of you who aren't aware of this fan theory, go look up the Fred is Willy Wonka fan theory. It will make you, it will mess you up. There are a lot of good similarities, a lot of good parallels. But no, so I think obviously Ginger, you have to go Ginger. I think Fred and George are an obvious choice. I think also Ron. I think people are afraid to talk about Ron because he's a bit of a jerk in like books 4, 5, and 6. He's a bit of a jerk. Um, but he's also like the lovable idiot, you know? And he grows so
Stop.
much. No, I'm
Stop.
serious.
No,
My
he's not
Halloween
good. He's not good.
my Halloween costume from like 8 or from like, probably like 6 to 10 was Ron Weasley. I was,
Just
every year.
because you have red hair doesn't make him a good character.
No, but I think it makes him intriguing. I also love not Bill. Yeah, Bill Weasley.
Bill's the dragon guy, right?
Yeah. No, that's Charlie.
Oh, Bill's the one who married the girl. Or
Yeah.
whatever her name was.
Fleur de la Flemme, Fleur de la Pomme, Fleur de la
Fleur Delacour.
Fleur de la Cour. And Arthur and Molly Weasley are also amazing.
That's his name. And Percy.
No, Percy's a jerk.
Nah, Percy's bad, yeah.
Yeah. I do really like
Bellatrix Lestrange is also a good character.
I think if we're going a non-ginger route, I'd say Hagrid is my favorite character.
A non-ginger route?
Yeah.
So
I'd say
redheads have to be your favorite.
Yeah, because I'm a redhead. But if I wasn't going solely based off of color of hair, I think Hagrid would be my favorite character. I think he's a sweetie. You see him grow. You learn about his backstory. You also see him like kick ass, which is amazing. And he's just this fun-loving giant, and who doesn't love to see that character play out?
Interesting. Those are some good choices. I mean, Bill's not really a prevalent character.
No, but like
he barely appears. He turns into a werewolf or something.
He does.
Right?
Yeah. Well, no, he gets scratched by a werewolf, and he doesn't like turn into a werewolf. He just really likes raw meat. That's what ends
That's
up
a little
happening.
sus. I'm not.
It is a
lie.
little sus. But no, he like houses Harry, Ron, and Hermione in book 7. Remember?
Yeah, I do remember that. After what's his name died?
Yeah, Dobby. Dobby.
Yeah, that one.
Also a great character.
I prefer Creature personally.
No, Creature's mean.
You just don't like the mean characters.
No, I don't like the mean characters. I like the nice characters.
They're good. They're good characters. They're not likable, but they're good characters.
Yeah, but the nice characters are just as good characters, and they're nice.
Well, sometimes. I think it depends on writing, script, acting, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but in Harry Potter,
character development, like Snape is probably, he's not my favorite character, but he's the best character.
I don't even think that's true. I don't think that he was the same person all 8 years. We just learned more about him as the years went on.
Exactly.
But like,
as you learn more, it makes sense. No,
yeah,
but as you learn more, it makes sense.
You
see that character development, and it's revealed to you slowly. You just don't like the fact that you didn't know all about him at once.
No, that's not my problem. My problem is that the more we know, the less I like him, right? Like, he is holding a grudge on Harry Potter because he hated his father. Like, that's just not, like, that's something you as a teacher shouldn't do, right? Also because he was in love with Harry's mother.
Okay, you're talking about, but none of the teachers are good teachers there.
Yes, that Professor McGonagall is a great teacher. Professor Flitwick, great
name
teacher.
One thing she taught. What did she teach?
Transfiguration.
Yeah, but what specifically? What did she teach?
To transfigure.
We never saw any of her teaching.
Yes, we
did. We just saw her being a parental figure.
She was, first of all, if you're in a boarding school, you need a parental figure. Second of all,
I'm not denying that, but that's what Filch is for.
Second of all of her students did well in Transfiguration class, which means she had to have
maybe because she's an easy grader.
No, remember when they get the owls, Harry, Ron, Hermione, even Neville all gets at least acceptable, and that's like a
If
standardized test.
okay, if Ron did that, it's bad. You know something's messed up with the grades.
No, it's not, because that's what I'm saying. She's a good teacher.
Maybe the test is easy.
We know Snape was a good teacher, right? And Harry and Ron failed, or Snape. Yeah,
I'm not saying Snape was a good teacher. I'm saying Snape is a good character.
ugh, he was not a good character. He was interesting, and his reveal was very interesting. Like I liked getting to learn more about him because it made how I think of him more differently every new information I learned. But the way I thought it, I did not like that every new information I got made me think less and less of him. Right? Like I liked that my mind changed every time I learned something about him, but I didn't like how my mind was changing
Gotcha.
or how I thought
Okay.
about him.
That's okay. So that's just okay. I got it. That's just opinion then. Did you enjoy book 6?
I love book 6 was my favorite book,
How is
arguably favorite
books
movie.
How is book 6 your favorite book and arguably your favorite movie, and yet you don't like Snape as a character?
It's not that I don't like Snape. I don't like Snape actually as a character. I don't like Snape.
That does not make sense. Those don't add up.
We don't really focus on Snape in that movie. We don't like we learn about him at the no wait that's even book 7. We don't do right because Slughorn is teaching potions right. So we only learn about
Mhm.
Snape in
And
Defense
Snape
Against the
is
Dark
defensive,
Arts, right? But
right?
they don't spend a majority of that movie on Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Okay,
And
what about Harry's potion book?
that is really interesting. But I don't
That's
rel-
Snape's book.
I don't relate that to Snape.
Stuff is revealed through there.
That the
His
part that made
detention classes after he used one of his spells on Draco. Come on, this is the emergence of Snape, basically.
the part that made me interested
It's Snape's
though,
book.
the part that made me interested in the book was not that it was Snape's though, right? Because I didn't really feel like I learned anything about Snape other than he was really good with potions from reading that book. And I knew he was really good with potions because he taught the class for 6 years. So like that book didn't really teach me anything, right? What I liked about that book was that it caused Hermione and Ron to be jealous of Harry, which made an interesting character dynamic that book explored, which I really liked.
Okay. What about the ending?
Ending was Dumbledore dying.
Did you enjoy the ending?
Yeah, because it
Did you enjoy
confirmed.
that?
Yeah, because I thought that Snape was bad at that time, and so when Snape killed him,
5, 6, and 7, 1 through 4 are about Harry Potter. I think 5, 6, and 7 are sneakily about Snape.
no, they're not about Snape. They're about the Revolution.
No, I think Snape becomes like the main character.
We barely spend any time with Snape in any of those books.
Okay, true, because it's called Harry Potter, but besides Harry, he's the main character.
No, I agree that in like book 5, not even book. No, he's not big in book 5.
We see their like late meetings with each other when he's trying to close up Harry's mind.
Like occlumency and stuff.
That one.
I would say he's most main character-ish in book 7, but even then I feel like you spend more time on Voldemort than you do on Snape.
I think 5, 6, and 7 is basically a love story to Snape.
Is a love story to Snape. J.K. Rowling
we'll go with that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right.
Which, by the way, I mean, we could talk about J.K. Rowling, but we won't.
We won't. Yeah, we'll just say this: like, we don't think J.K. Rowling is a good person, but she wrote some pretty cool books.
It's pretty cool books.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is a great episode. Hope you guys join us next week. Please watch the full-length video and please subscribe if you want us to make money.
Okay. Also, you can DM us on Instagram and just Venmo us money if you would like to do that instead.
That too. All right. Peace.
That's cool. Yeah.